Hey friends, welcome to my channel. Today I'm streaming and drawing some hands with the references that I found on Pinterest, and I have found like different gestures or poses for today's session. And previously we discussed that that would be a great idea to draw, and yeah, basically I didn't lose the motivation to draw some hands since then, and now we're ready to start. So as for tips for today, like first of all, I want you to ask questions if you have any, like don't hesitate. Please feel free to ask. I will be happy to help. So in case you have any questions or maybe some requests, like what I should draw next, please feel free to share. Right now the sketch looks pretty awkward, but we are going to fix that. I'm just trying to see like where I'm going with all this. And even though like hands can be quite challenging for drawing, like I would say that I like drawing them. It's I would say a healthy kind of challenge and very useful one. So just that. And actually guys, you know, I think I improved a lot in drawing hands, like after studying some anime and stuff, like because in this kind of styles, like usually there is a lot of elevation happening, and at the same time like they still look very believable, maybe even real up to some point. So hi Vladimir, welcome. Yeah, so I would say that for many things, like anatomy wise, I would say that anime helps a lot. So it's definitely a plus if you're a fan, so you can just like study your favorite characters and also pay attention to some maybe drawings that aren't colored, or I mean for the anime series, like they usually draw everything like either by hand or maybe digitally, but anyway, like there are some sketches, some concept kind of stuff. So I would definitely recommend to study these kind of things, because usually you can find like lots of things by really talented artists, and you can actually learn a lot from them. And speaking of, like, I think just today I saw somebody's like story and they reposted, I think it was some guy like, who he says that he worked on some Disney animation. I think it was Hunchback of Notre Dame, if I understand correctly. And the cool thing is that this guy like worked in the Disney studios in Paris, like when it was open, and he was actually like responsible for the backgrounds. And I mean, first of all, he did a spectacular job, because he says that back then, like it was 1995, he says that there was no Photoshop in animation, and they had to draw all the things like just acrylics on board. And I mean, the backgrounds there, they're so fascinating, so beautiful, like I was in awe. And I think no AI can do such a thing, like it's just super beautiful. Oh, hi Gerard! Good to see you online. I'm gonna draw a little with you. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I'm happy to hear that you are going to draw along with me and listen to my like chatting and stuff. So yeah, my Sunday is pretty chill. Like I went to the gym today, like then went for a walk, so everything's cool. What about your Sunday? I hope it's well. So now I'm going to just like merge these two layers and maybe get rid of some extra stuff that I don't need anymore. So like I think that usually like the first sketch is the ugliest, really. Just trying to get the idea like what is happening there in terms of the anatomy and stuff. Oh, that's so cool. Well, it means that you had great Sunday. Yeah, so like I was talking about a guy who painted the backgrounds like by hand for the Disney's Hunchback of Notre Dame, and yeah, as I said, like these first of all, the backgrounds are like so moody, so beautiful, like in the gothic kind of style, but at the same time like kind of semi-realistic. It's so cool. And I mean, I just wish they came back maybe to sometimes maybe drawing even by hand. I think that would be cool. Or if like drawing in digital media, like I just don't want to see any AI in this sphere, because I don't think it's creative at all. And first of all, I mean, of course, it's stealing from people who didn't want to share their art with like any AI, or like they didn't consent to it, first of all. And secondly, I just think that it's a machine and it cannot be creative at all. Yes, it can mix some things and people can do too, but at the same time, like something is really missing, like something, I don't know, like it just, you just see it, you just feel it, that it's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like very bright and maybe even nice sometimes, but at the same time, like it's just kind of empty, if it makes sense. So, and just recently, I think I unfollowed like a person, and it wasn't my friend, like I just knew this person like maybe for half a year on Instagram, and they just like weren't active for a while, and then they came back with some AI stuff, and like they didn't even like deny it. They started to talk about like all this, that oh maybe it's a tool, maybe we have to like try to use it and incorporate it into our works and stuff, like, and I don't know, I just first of all I unfollowed them, and secondly, like I don't support this at all, because like they mentioned this as a tool, but it's, I mean, it's stealing. Like how can stealing be a tool? If you just like study somebody's style, like yeah, you can also maybe steal somebody's style, but maybe to the highest of your ability, you cannot do exactly the same thing as the person does, like unless you use some algorithm and stuff, and I think it's, I don't know, I think it's disgusting, really. So I would say that no, I don't support this kind of stuff, and it was, I would say, pretty unfortunate to see that this person like kind of decided to be on the dark side of it all, and I don't want to be a part of it. Sorry. Not sorry. Actually, I'm just like, you know, amazed. I would say even shocked how people just like in big corporations, like big companies, think that it's so okay to steal from people, like, and without their consent. Like, it just blows my mind, really. The soul, what you feel when you draw, people notice that. For example, when you use an instrument, and if you feel your music, it reach more people. AI doesn't have that. I feel the same. Yeah, absolutely, you're right. You're right. Like, even though, you know, like all these people who believe only in material kind of like part of things, I think still there is something like the soul, the feelings, like the human touch, really. I mean, I don't know, this person like said that they were inspired by AI, like, and maybe how kind of like visually sometimes kind of cool it might look, but once again, it looks cool because they stole it from other people who have really cool like skills and art styles and all this stuff. So I mean, I understand that it's maybe inevitable that we're going to continue to deal with all this like AI stuff and so on and so forth, but I don't know, I just hope that they do something to it. I mean, maybe from the legal part, like that they will be restricted of using like people's art and stuff, but like, I don't know. And you know, like I also heard about like people trying to protect their art with like stuff, like I think it's called Nightwing or Glaze and all this. Oh, and actually, like, I'm jumping like on the topics, but anyway, just today I forgot his name. Like, it's a very popular comic artist. I think he worked like for some big company as well. Like, I forgot his name, but he's like Adam something. I don't remember exactly. Like maybe Adam Potts or something. And like, I mean, he's really cool. I really love his comics and stuff, and like they're so clever sometimes, and like so well done, and it's really cool. I mean, it's really interesting to read them. And just today he said that he made a satirical kind of comic of AI, and like this post was deleted by Instagram, and eventually he got demonetized. So like some people say that it's because of the like the way it was interpreted. Some people think that it's because like of the topic itself. So I mean, I don't know, but it sounds so weird. Like they also banned him like for some time so that his posts won't be seen by other people, like any new people, only by his current followers. So I think it really sucks. these companies like Meta and so on and so forth, like they just think that it's okay to steal from people just like that, like without their consent. I mean, they kind of like give us information on like that he consenting to something. I guess. Yes, I don't know really. But all this, like, I don't like the whole situation really. Right now I'm trying to be pretty geometrical once again with all these like, shapes here, because hands can be very easy to get lost in. Or like, God forbid, like if I draw the hands badly, like people will say that it's AI. It's not AI, it's just some messy hands drawing study happening. But to be honest, in the course that people use that, I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you totally. It sucks. And you know, like still, I mean, people are using, but maybe it's like, I hope that it will be just a trend and after some time they just forget about it, just like, you know, some new filters, like people just play with it for a while. But I mean, anyway, like AI kind of looks creepy. Like, I don't know. I hope that it doesn't improve and like and learns to seal better, because like at the moment some people just feel excited, like if they're not artists or not creative, like they are just excited to see that they're like how their ideas can be seen like in all this like visual kind of style or like way, let's say so. And but still, I mean, it looks awful, let's be honest. And still, like, no originality, really. I mean, like, if it's a mix of some art style, like, you cannot make any original artwork using it, I guess, because basically you're just using things that people created already, so it's just like combination of already existing things. I think that it's just doesn't make sense. And you know, like once again, I saw like I have a blogger that I follow, and he's really cool in terms of the way he like creates the content. It's really interesting. It's usually about some like sometimes I love watching this kind of like conspiracy theories and all this stuff, and sometimes mysterious kind of things and stories. And so he kind of like works maybe as a journalist. It's not that he's a journalist, it's just the way he works with the information. I like that he analyzes all this stuff, like gathers information from different sources, and also like makes some reviews on other videos, and like it's pretty interesting to watch. But at the same time, like he openly says that he uses AI for the preview pictures, and like before that he said that he used Photoshop, and now he just uses, I think, OpenAI or something. And like he's amazed like how quickly this is, and how easy it is to use, and that he can like pretty much like improve the original picture that he came up with. And like at first I was worried for graphic designers, because it means that if people can do like make previews in this way, it means that for graphic designers it also will be like harder to find work, actually, like if people do such things themselves. But at the same time, like, I have some background in graphic design, and when I looked at the artwork, let's say preview, AI generated preview that he made, and he was happy about it, and I just thought that for a graphic designer it looks kind of lame, really, because let's say there are things that AI cannot do. For example, the amount of free space between the separate letters. Like usually you can like make it optical, and sometimes you can use the program for that. Like in Photoshop you have this function, and in Adobe Illustrator as well. But usually, like, I noticed that it's way better if you do it like manually, just kind of like move the letters, sorry, like little by little, like manually. And obviously AI didn't do that, and I could see that some letters were kind of like awkwardly standing like in a separate way, you know, and it just doesn't look nice. I mean, there was like this saying that good graphic design cannot be seen, but bad graphic design can be seen like instantly. So I think it was bad design because you could see that. And also I would say that I didn't like the colors that were used there. Like, I mean, it was kind of like in this sepia kind of style. And for me, like personally, the weird thing was that the preview was like in these brownish colors, and the font, like the letters also were in this kind of like brownish style, and I think they didn't stand out too much, like, and well, and I think it's quite essential for a preview. So like, it's just my personal opinion from somebody like who has some experience in graphic design, and I also have some experience in making like all this preview kind of pictures and all this stuff. So I would say that at this moment, if you're a professional graphic designer, I think you have nothing to worry about. Yes, maybe like not really, to say that nicely. People who are not experts are going to use some AI, and maybe they won't give you work, but at the same time, I think people who understand design and value good design, like, for these people, there always be some work left. So yeah, that's what I think about this. Like, maybe these algorithms will be improved over time, I don't know, but I think still there are some things that machine just cannot do what people can do, including like the soul, like the human touch, and etc, etc. And also, like, I think for creatives out there, let's say, like, I also didn't like the composition in this preview that he generated, and I thought that, like, for example, like some face should be like maybe moved a little bit to the right, and like some other elements should be like also change like their location. And I just wonder, like, if you can do that in these kind of generators, because to be honest, like, I have never used any AI related to pictures. Like, I have tried chatting with ChatGPT and DeepSeek. I think it's called DeepSeek, yeah. But other than that, like, I have never tried any AI. I mean, I would say that's maybe, yeah, maybe just I used it just for information basically. And once again, like it can be nice as an assistant, but not as creative. Like when you give it some creative tasks, usually the results are quite lame. So this is my rant on AI and stuff. Like, and I mean, I still think that it's I think it's pretty lame. Like that's my opinion. And it's not that I'm against progress and stuff, but first of all, I don't like when people get robbed, especially artists. And secondly, I think that the results that you get with all this like AI generated stuff, they are pretty generic, really. I think that even like maybe a person with not a lot of experience in some creative sphere can do way better than AI. That's my opinion. Not mentioning that some things just cannot be like recreated by a computer. We still cannot recreate person's brain and person's personality and like all these complex things that make it. So I think that it's not something to be afraid of as a creative. I think so. So we are going to like I just finished drawing the second reference, and I would say studying more, because as you can see these are some sketches. And now I just I found this reference on Pinterest, and what I like about this one in particular is that it has like two hands, like and so they are kind of like interacting with each other in some way. And I mean, these are hands of the same person, obviously, but I just thought that like it's really nice to, of course, to study like separate hands, but sometimes it can be interesting just to maybe add the second hand or maybe the third hand, etc., just to like kind of study how they can work together, like all these maybe interesting elements of like the touch, the feel, like all these things. So I hope it makes sense. Because usually when I study hands, I just study them like separately, just one hand at a time. And so this time I just really wanted to find some hands that have some sort of like communication with each other, let's say so. Speaking of like some tips on drawing hands, I will share something that helps me personally and like what I find personally useful, and you can just try it and see for yourself if it works for you or not. So like as you could see previously, I just like sketched out the hands, I would say, in a way that's oops, just want to show that visually, that fingers like kind of look like this, right? So you know that there are three phalanx, and like then they are attached to the hand, and etc, etc, right? So basically like this. Also, sometimes I find it's pretty useful to especially I would do that in a more complicated kind of gestures and poses. Sometimes I can just draw like hands, like a set of sticks, just to kind of get the movement right and like catch the mood of the movement, the dynamics and stuff. So like in this case, because I have like 10 fingers here to draw, and all of them have quite interesting kind of direction and movement and all this stuff, so I just used a very general kind of planning for them. Sketching, let me say so. So guys, by the way, like English is not my first language, so sorry if it sometimes sounds confusing, or I'm trying my best to explain what I mean, let's say so. So if you don't understand something or something sounds confusing, please feel free to ask, like I will be happy to explain it better if I haven't done so. And since like there are so many separate, I would say, like, let's say details, because I wouldn't call fingers separate objects, right? But I just want to draw attention to the fact that like the amount of fingers and all this like stuff happening, sometimes it's very easy to lose the overall portion or like general kind of movements, and like as a result the sketch can look not like you wanted it to look. So like this is why I recommend to from time to time zoom out and try to look at the whole thing and maybe make some adjustments if necessary. Doing great, Maria. Oh, thank you. Didn't know I'm from Barcelona. I don't think I could do the same as you. Don't be proud. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. You can do like everything I can do, you can do too. Like as I would say any person, right? Everything can be taught, everything can be mastered. So I think sometimes it just depends on the amount of practice that we have and the amount of experience that we have. So, and you're already doing a great job. So. I always look forward to seeing your art in the feed. It's like always nice, and I also like the choice of the series and movies that you make and cartoons and stuff. So I also like get some ideas on what series maybe to watch if I haven't seen them, or which ones to rewatch if I have seen them. So I think you have like really a nice taste in terms of the series and stuff. I would also recommend to draw the joints like some sort of oval shape. So I think this way, like, it will help you to navigate through this anatomy and like add some of the like bumps and lines where it's necessary. And I know that some people like start with it, and sometimes I would say it's okay to add them little by little, so I would say that my process changes from time to time, like with some adjustments, and I think it usually depends on like the difficulty of the reference and the pose and all this stuff. I think that the other two fingers we will just leave behind just for now, and we will continue to work with the second left hand. Try to get the idea how they interact together. And speaking of like little by little challenging yourself, like I think I need to add more characters like to my general artwork. I mean, I just really feel that I'm ready to work with more characters on one artwork. I don't mean like a crowd or something, but I think that and I'm usually like really inspired by people who combine several characters, so I mean, I did it before maybe, but it was a long time ago, and maybe I usually focus on portraits more, so sometimes I start feeling like I just want to challenge myself and to try something more complicated. Because like when you work with several characters on one artwork, you need to think about the general dynamic and the general composition, like of kind of two objects, let's say people, and yeah, I think it's fascinating and really cool. And I think that this is what I'm going to get towards in the future. I mean, I also get it. I think that's like maybe on preview, like Instagram or some other media platforms, like if you draw a portrait, like Like it kind of looks bigger as a picture, and maybe people just get attracted to it more because they see like this bigger picture happening. But at the same time, like I think it's not the reason not to challenge yourself and try something new. Because of course, as an artist or blogger, content creator, you try to please people up to some point, but I think that there also should be some space for your own experimenting, and because I really don't want to lose this creative like spark over time and over like working with this like algorithm and media and stuff, because I have seen people like losing their spark. I have seen some really cool artists and bloggers just starting to make exactly the same thing, like it's one post is pretty much the same as the other, and I don't want to end up like this, and I try not to end up like this. So yeah. And I mean, no offense, I understand that they found like their niche and something that works for them, and it's okay, but I don't want that for myself. And as I more or less decided what to do with the left hand, I think that slowly we can build up the rest of the fingers on the first one. I'm trying to do the things I like no matter what, and I always try to challenge me. That's cool. Sometimes it's hard, but I can't do always the same. Oh, I think it's a really healthy approach. Like, I agree absolutely on this. Because, like, I mean, we're not AI, thankfully, so we cannot, like, just, you know, create the same thing over and over again. And, yeah. I think, like, when you have this kind of attitude, you stay in healthy, like, mental place as well. Because I think for creativity, like, something that is the same or repeated all the time, it's kind of like the end of creativity. So, and you know, I also seen people like complaining about the fact that their style like varies and changes from time to time and all this stuff, and I just personally think that it's okay, and I think it's more or less it's normal and it should be this way, because you know, like, you can refine your style, you can improve your style, but I don't think that it's a good idea to always stay the same. So I think it's really cool when people decide to experiment with their style and just maybe change it a little bit, or sometimes maybe change even completely. And like, I understand that some followers might follow an artist just because of their art style, but at the same time, like, I think that there are some people who value artists for their creative spark and all this inspiration happening, and I think it's impossible to inspire anyone if you feel stuck or you feel bored and as if you're like repeating the same thing over and over again. Especially, let's say, like if you mastered this thing. Like, I would understand somebody like maybe trying to draw something like over and over again just because they, I don't know, struggle with this and they try to improve. Like if, let's say, that you're an expert in drawing hands, like you just start to draw exactly the same hands every time, I think it's kind of boring. Oh, hi! Hi, welcome! I haven't seen you for a while. Like, I hope you're doing great. It's always good to have you on the stream. Some of my OG kind of subscribers on YouTube, like, always nice to see you people here. You're always so nice to me. Thank you. I think I'm still like learning. I still have things to learn and improve. But thank you. I appreciate your compliment. Okay, let's see what we can do with this. And here. Oh, seems to me that I just put them in the same kind of layers. Maybe let's move this one. Excuse me. Just a picture. I mean, I think we have enough free space for like one more hand. So let me just open this one. I actually have 4 references for today, so this one is, by the way, this one is kind of water marked. It's in Beto, so I'll try my best to reference it, but I mean, I don't know, I just found it on Pinterest, but just in case, it's water marked by Invato, so yeah. And this one like is holding an apple, I guess, and I also thought that that would be interesting, just to like draw a hand with some other object. Circular. Oh, hi! Hi, welcome! It's so nice to see like familiar people here, familiar faces. I would like to say faces, but unfortunately I haven't seen your faces, guys, but I know some of your they're called PFPs. I mean avatars and stuff, like pictures, and I guess some of the nicknames that you're seeing. So yeah, I'm happy to see you here. It's true that in cartoons they do not draw fingers in detail. I would say it depends, like, because you know, like some cartoons are very, very stylized and simplified, and Others can be quite realistic, and you know, sometimes like maybe even more realistic than like in reality. So I think it depends, but of course there is some level of stylization. So this is why I said that's for me personally, like to improve in drawing hands, was really useful to study some anime kind of styles and like series and some concept art. So I just remember that I really improved after studying some anime kind of sketches. So I think for somebody who wants to improve in anatomy, like maybe without digging really deep into all these anatomy atlases and stuff, like I think it's really useful to study from some cartoons of your preferred style, and in my case it was anime and manga, by the way. Like I also like did some studies from Death Note. I think I have one book for sure, maybe more. And like I really love this book, and I really love the style of the Death Note, and from time to time I come back there just to study some of their like expressions and some of the anatomy, and sometimes how they draw clothes. So it's like I found it pretty useful. Because like, you know, especially if you choose some anime or manga by really cool artists, like it's inevitable if you study them, you will improve. Because they're just so good. By the way, guys, like what's the time at the moment for you, like in your time zone? I mean, for me it's almost 10 o'clock, like 10 p.m. I just wonder like what time it is for you guys, and I mean, I'm trying to maybe figure out the best time for streaming, and I just don't know. Sometimes I think it's good, sometimes it seems like people are, like, I don't know, still sleeping or something. Oh, 7 for you. Okay, so it means that we have like 3 hours difference. Okay. I mean, at least I'm trying to stream on Sundays, so that people, I hope, more or less, like, not busy, because I think, but I don't know, maybe some people watch streams after work or something. Right. So I mean, I guess it's maybe too early for our American friends, because I think we have like maybe around 11 or 12 hours difference. Well, let's say, but maybe no. For them it's like 10 in the morning, 9 to 10. I don't know really. No, I just still don't like the apple. I want to fix that. I mean, it's not even like the focus of the study, but anyway, don't like it. Let's try to understand how it works here. And I mean, I think I know why I don't like it. I like try to follow the reference and kind of draw it where it kind of should be according to the smallest details, but I think I lost like the general picture here, and this is why it happened. Because obviously, like, I didn't maybe draw the fingers exactly as they are in the reference, but still try to like draw in the apple depending like on the way it is on the picture. So I think I will just fix that and change it. No, I like it better. Okay. Now I'm trying to just find the right place to kind of put all these things together. Still don't like this one here. I'm trying to just select this thing somehow and it's still selected. Yeah. Oh, I did it. So it's just this one, I think. A little bit smaller just to make things even, because I think by this fourth reference I just made the head look super big compared to the others, and want to readjust so that they look good together on the artboard. These two also. I just want to make these two a little bit bigger. I think that's some free space here. Something like this. Yeah, I think so. Okay guys, so this is it. I have 4 references that I drew all 4. So what do you think about the result? Which one do you think is the best looking? Which one is the lamest? Like, in my opinion, like usually the first one looks the lamest because it's kind of like a warm-up for me personally, and I usually tend to like more the ones that is like the last sketch of the series, or maybe the one before the last. And yeah, I think it kind of works like with the exercise. First you need to warm up and then you can just do your best. So yeah, but other than that, I think it was pretty useful kind of practice, and I haven't drawn hands for a while, so I'm happy that I came back to this kind of practice, and yeah, hopefully shared some of the tips that I'm personally using. Yeah, so thank you so much for being on today's stream. I hope that that looks gorgeous. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I hope that you are having great Sunday ahead, great Sunday evening, I think, and I'll see you in my next video. Don't forget to give me a like, to subscribe, and maybe to share this video with some friends, and I will be really grateful for that. So thank you once again, guys, and we'll see you in my next video. Bye!